Like, comment, and subscribe for more content.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this edition of a Funko Popcast. I'm DK Wrestler.
And I'm MD Shady.
And in today's edition, we have ourselves the first half of November 2019 Funko Pop announcements. But before that, we are going to be doing some missed pops from October 2019 from the last final days that we missed. And then after we do the November 2019 Part 1 reveals, myself, I'm going to reveal, like I had said, I think it was 2 podcasts ago on the October Part 1, that I'll be revealing the official Funko Popcast schedule for January 2019, or 2020, for when we go weekly, along with some of the videos that I'm probably going to be doing on the channel in January 2020. So, starting off with the missed Funko Pops for October 2019. First off, we have ourselves, announced on October 29th, we have ourselves Def Leppard, famous band. We got ourselves in this lineup. We have Phil Collin, Rick Savage, Joe Elliott, Vivian Campbell, and Rick Allen. And those are expected to be released, I think it's January 2020, I believe. I could be wrong on that, more than certain. Then on October 30th, we have the Funko Shop exclusive Flocked Energizer Bunny, obviously, like I said, October 30th, released at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST on the Funko Shop, followed by some Michaels exclusive Disney do-it-yourself pops, in which we have ourselves Dumbo, Simba from Lion King, and we got ourselves Bo Peep from Toy Story, along with the last announcement for October 30th, which was John Wick with his dog. And last but not least, Funko Shop had announced another exclusive the next day on Halloween Day at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST, released a 10-inch Count Chocula Funko Pop. The Def Leppard figures, which those are pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to get any of them. I actually didn't realize, so we had looked at these got announced during the last podcast when we were recording it, and it's funny how I realized about the drummer who has a missing arm, which I didn't know about. All of them look pretty cool. I can't really, I don't really know what the band members look like in person, so I can't really say if these are spot on of what the band members look like, but to me they look pretty cool as it is. Flocked Energizer Bunny. This is also pretty cool. I think a lot of people were requesting some Flocked ad icons, including the Energizer Bunny. I think it didn't even sell out yet on the Funko Shop, which a lot of Funko Shop items have not sold out for I don't know how long now. Only a select few in the last couple of months, like the 2-pack bundle from the Flintstones and the 10-inch Tony the Tiger, I think were the last ones to sell out in the last few months. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. I noticed when I looked at the actual Energizer Bunny, the way it looks for the flocked version, I think it's a lighter pink than what it normally is. Then we got the do-it-yourself pops, which I don't know how many I will get. I think I might get a couple to do like a YouTube video with, like a do-it-yourself video and how I would customize them and that. And then the Bo Peep, some of you know I'm a huge Toy Story fanatic with all my Toy Story pops, but I don't know if I'm gonna add this one to the set because technically it's not under the Toy Story lineup, it's just under the plain Disney lineup. So I don't know if I really need to get it for my set. But I am going to get one so I can customize it, and potentially I'll do that for an upcoming video. Maybe MD and I will do who does the better do-it-yourself pops for a video. Cool. But yeah, overall, the idea of doing these do-it-yourself Disney pops are pretty cool. John Wick with his dog, I think this has been rumored for quite a bit actually. From what I'm looking at, it's pretty cool. It's cool that it even comes with a dog, especially since this is a 4-inch pop, so you're kind of getting a 2-for-1 deal a little bit. And then the 10-inch Count Chocula. This is pretty cool. I don't know how many people actually bought it. I know this one didn't sell out in the Funko Shop either. You're still able to get that for $30 US on the Funko Shop.
The Count Chocula is alright. It's weird that they do them one at a time instead of doing the Frankenberry and the Boo Berry as well at the same time. But it's definitely a cool 10-inch pop to see. The John Wick is also pretty decent. I mean, how much different is this one than the original John Wick pop? Just, did he have a gun in the original one? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, it's cool that you get the dog with it. The do-it-yourself pops here, I do like the idea of having a Dumbo, and the Simba is alright in my opinion to have, but then the Bo Peep is very odd to me. I would think that a better choice for them to do would be like Buzz Lightyear, right? Because one, it's a more famous character in Toy Story, and also there's multiple versions of Buzz Lightyear, like especially with the figures that they used to come out with, like the whatever they are, 12-inch, 14-inch
Yeah.
action figures. There's like the blue metallic, there's the silver metallic one. There's like so many different ones where like you could kind of recreate those in pop form with the do-it-yourself Buzz. But how much can you do with a Bo Peep? You know what I mean? For do-it-yourself. But I still think it'd be fun to do a cool little video with those. The flocked Energizer Bunny, if I didn't have a normal Energizer Bunny on the way, I would probably want to pick this up. But I might just pass on it unless I can find a good deal for it at like a con or something. But I would say that the flocked one will probably be better than the normal one. And then the Death Leopard set looks pretty good. I'm glad to see, like, as soon as we finished the last podcast, Dylan said, well, we missed Death Leopard while we were filming it. I was like, damn. And then as soon as I was like, wait, does the drummer have one arm? And I looked, and sure enough, it does. I mean, if they gave him two arms, it would kind of be inaccurate, so it makes sense. But it's just good attention to detail by Funko, so it's good to see that with these pops.
All right, so now we're finally moving on to the first half of November 2019, which, starting off, obviously, you'll see a collage, and it's just all Star Wars pops. All November 1st was like this abundance of Star Wars pops. So we have ourselves an electronic Kylo Ren. Then we have ourselves, and they're calling these, so it's the Knight of Ren pops, but this kind of color that they have on them is called Hematite Chrome, in which we have ourselves in the order that I have here, or the order of the photos. We got the top row's got axe, cannon, blade. Then the bottom row, one's got a scythe, a club, and a blaster. Then we have a 10-inch glow-in-the-dark Kylo Ren pop. But we got ourselves Darkside Ray and C-3PO with red eyes. Then we have 4 out of 6 of the normal Knight of Ren pops, in which the other 2 will get to during the podcast as they do get announced later on. So we got ourselves an EB Games / GameStop exclusive Knight of Ren with blaster, Hot Topic exclusive Knight of Ren with the club, a Walmart exclusive Knight of Ren with the cannon, and we got ourselves an FYE exclusive Knight of Ren with blade. Then we have a 2-pack that will be exclusive to Books A Million of DO or D0 and BB-8. And we got a Barnes & Noble exclusive 2-pack of Kylo Ren and Rey. The video game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, we have the Purge Trooper, which will be exclusive to EB Games / GameStop, which actually that's available now. And I should mention about the Rise of Skywalker pops that those are expected to be released as early as January 2020. Then we got ourselves some more gold Funko Pops. If you remember from the last month's episode, or one of them, we mentioned about there was a set of 6 already of gold Star Wars Pops. We got ourselves, for this lineup, we have a gold Chewbacca, gold Kylo Ren, gold Rey, a gold Jango Fett, a gold Yoda, and a gold Darth Maul. All 6 of those will be exclusive to Walmart. Lights and Sounds Kylo Ren. I think, obviously, the Darth Vader is better, just because there's just more that lights up, and there's more sounds with the Darth Vader one. The one thing I wish happened with this one, which obviously it probably would have been inaccurate, which is why they didn't, but I wish the cracks in the helmet lit up, because they're red. So that would have been a cool, like, added detail if they did that, but obviously they probably didn't do it because it would have been inaccurate to the character. The Knights of Ren pops, like the chrome ones, I almost like these better than the normal ones.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Just because the color looks pretty cool, and it's just like not all complete chrome. It's just kind of like the outfits, I would say, because like the weapons, you can see even in like the axe one, like the handles, you got like a brown handle, and like actually all of them, I think they all have brown handles, or yeah. So it's not completely chrome, which is why I like these ones rather than just a normal chrome pop. Then the glow-in-the-dark Kylo Ren, that's 10 inches. It's not bad either. It's basically the same thing as the Light and Sound one, except it doesn't make sounds, and it's 10 inch. Obviously, I probably wouldn't pick this up just because, like, I'm okay with Kylo Ren, but I wouldn't get, like, a bunch of Kylo Ren pops. Like, I still have yet to get one, which I do plan on getting one, but this probably isn't going to be the one. I was pumped to see Darkside Ray made into a pop. I remember seeing it in the trailer for The Rise of Skywalker, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I think this is the reason I'm probably going to see The Rise of Skywalker in theaters. One of them anyways.
phony. DK Wrestler is a big fat phony.
I mean, I'm probably gonna go see it anyways, even if I didn't see the trailer. But there's that, and I'm curious to know what happens with C-3PO when his eyes turn red. I don't know if he becomes like dark side C-3PO, if that's the case, but yeah, I do like the way like the lightsaber looks for Rey. It's cool she's got a double-sided lightsaber. Actually, there's a little bit more detail if you've seen the trailer on what else goes on with her lightsaber, but if anyone hasn't seen the trailer, I won't go into that. The normal Knights of Ren pop, some of the masks I don't like in general with these Knight of Ren pops. I think the ones out of, well, these normal exclusive ones would have to be the one with the blade that's FYE exclusive. It kind of looks like Kylo Ren, so maybe that's why I like it. All the rest kind of look like hockey helmets of sorts. That's what a lot of people are thinking, like the Knights of Ren, their helmets look like hockey helmets. Or at least one of them really looks like a hockey helmet.
The Walmart exclusive?
No, not that one.
The Hot Topic?
I think it's none of these now as I think about it. I think
really?
it's the one that we'll talk about later on in the podcast. But I know that people are just going to cop out for these because it's cool that Kylo Ren's kind of got his own army now. Both of the 2-packs, both the Books A Million with the droids and the Barnes & Noble's exclusive with Kylo Ren and Rey, both of those, I can just tell they just threw the commons together into a 2-pack just because I think it would save some people some money. So instead of getting the commons, they would save, like, I would say a total of $10 if they got both of them to get a 2-pack. I don't think there's really a difference on any of them.
Yeah.
The Purge Trooper looks pretty cool. The helmet and everything. Pretty detailed from what I'm looking at right now. I actually seen this at our local EB Games because it is available now at this point. Then we got the gold Star Wars characters. They're okay. I mean, it's just a solid color thing.
Yeah, usually I'm not a big fan of the one colors, as most of you would know by now, but these ones are alright because of how much like detail there. Like, I'd say Rey is like the least honorable out of these ones because there's just not a lot going on with her. I do like the Kylo Ren, but at the same time it kind of looks like it would be like a, like if there wasn't a base there that said Star Wars, you could mistake that one for possibly like a Game of Thrones golden pop, you know what I mean? Which I'm not even sure they ever did any for Game of Thrones.
Mm.
But it kind of just looks like he's wearing like a Game of Thrones, like whatever you would call their attire. The Jango Fett is also really cool with the base. That's a neat touch to that. I do like that a lot. And then the GameStop, what was it?
Purge Trooper.
Purge Trooper. That's pretty cool. I like the design of that. I'm excited for this game. I will be buying it eventually. The 2-pack, like you said, it's kind of just commons together. I don't usually like when places do that. I find it's just a waste. And then the droids are alright. The Knights of Ren are cool. It's kind of weird that each one of them is going to be an exclusive, even though there's only the 4 of them here, where there's like 2 more that I don't know are like coming up in the podcast. I do like how there's like a gradient effect though from the legs to the torso. That's a nice touch of detail. I don't know if that has to do with something with the movie, but I guess we'll find out when we get to see it. Obviously, the dark side Rey is really cool. I'm very excited for this movie and excited to see what goes on there exactly. And now that you mentioned it with the red C-3PO eyes, like, I did notice on that one figure that I have, I'm pretty sure his eyes end up glowing red in some point on that figure there. But I don't know, because usually his eyes are not red, so that is weird. And also, why would they have it on the same photo with this Darkseid Rey? So maybe that is a little bit of a spoiler of what may or may not happen to C-3PO in the next movie. Then the 10-inch pop, that's pretty cool. I'd potentially be interested in buying this one. And then the... what color did you say they were?
They were called Hermitite.
Hermitite, okay. These ones, I do agree, are kind of better than the originals, besides that they don't have, like, the gradient effect on the legs, but I do really like how these ones look, at least in these photos. And then the light-up Kylo Ren, I'll probably end up buying that one. That's pretty solid, and obviously it's cool to see more pops having electronic functions to them.
Now moving on, continuing, still November 1st. Let's just point that out. Still November 1st. Finally, we get Terminator pops, but this is for Terminator Dark Fate and not the original ones. First off, for the Terminator Dark Fate, we have T-800, which, if you don't know by now, which you should, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then we got Rev 9 and 2 versions of Sarah Connor. One is just her with a gun, and I'm pretty sure the chase version is her holding a phone and a bag of chips from when I looked at it. I don't exactly know because I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know what exactly it is. And those should be available now from what I'm understanding, but I think if not, they'll be available as early as December. And then we got ourselves the monthly Hot Topic exclusive pops, in which first we have an over 9,000 Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. We have a Snakehead Jack Skellington, a pop movie moments of Jack Skellington on the statue. From Invader Zim, we have Zim and Gur. From My Hero Academia, we have a 6-inch Mount Lady and Mei Hatsum. And from Lord of the Rings, we have ourselves Gandalf the White. And last but not least for the Hot Topic exclusives, we have a Christmas attire Harley Quinn pop. Arnold Schwarzenegger looks badass, as always. It kind of looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger like now because he's kind of grown like a white beard at this point. The Rev 9 is actually very super detailed. And then Sarah Connor, I guess, is okay. Like, I don't really know obviously, like I said, I don't know the purpose of the phone and like the bag of chips it looks like for the chase. People were kind of like not hyped over these because it is Terminator Dark Fate and not T1 or T2.
Yeah.
Which I would love for pops to happen with that. But these are still good, and there's still one more Terminator pop on the way, so stay tuned for that. The over 9,000 Vegeta, this one's pretty cool. I actually, if you view the channel and I did the Hot Cash Funko Pop hunt, I did a little tiny review about it. Nightmare Before Christmas pops, both the Snakehead and the statue pop movie moments. Snakehead is pretty cool. I like the way that it actually looks like the snake is coming out of his eye and through his mouth. And overall, Jack Skellington, usually detailed as always. The movie moment is awesome. I remember this scene. This is one of the crucial scenes. And you can even see like the Santa suit is like torn apart. Just when you thought that the Nightmare Before Christmas pops were over, they just keep throwing out some more, which that one's really cool. The Invader Zim pop, or Pop Z, because it's like 2 in 1. I guess it's pretty cool itself. I know you have like, it's like the pop like rides of like Zim with like that pig, right? Is that what it is? Or is it like...
So it's the pig, which is bigger, and then it's got Gur, which is the green guy, riding it, and then it's got Zim like on his back.
Okay. Then we got the My Hero Academia pops. Mount Lady, I guess it's pretty cool. I don't think there's really much going on besides like the horns and that. Mei Hatsum kind of looks like an Overwatch character to me, just a little bit. Then Gandalf the White. I like the detail with Gandalf. He's kind of got the dirt on the edge of his sword, and he's got like that facial expression, like he's ready to like go into battle or whatever. Not bad of a pop. Then the Harley Quinn in the Christmas outfit is actually pretty cool. I like how the mallet has kind of like a green, like Christmassy feel to it with like some stars on it. I can't really tell what's in her other hand at the moment.
I was gonna say, I think it's a bomb that's wrapped up.
Yeah, now I'm looking at it because I can see like kind of like the wick of it with like a spark of like a bomb. So that's pretty cool.
The Harley Quinn looks good. It's cool to see like a Christmas themed one. She's looking sexy. What do you say? It's Gandalf the White?
Yeah.
This one's pretty sweet, actually. I like the pose. It's pretty decent pop. Obviously, there's a lot of detail in it as well, which is nice to see. I think my favorite part of this is the boots. I like how those look, honestly. And then, what do we got next? Meihatsu. I can see what you're saying, where it kind of looks like an Overwatch character in a sense. There's definitely a lot going on with that pop, so that's definitely a solid one as well. And then, who did you say this was?
The 6-inch Mount Lady, which is also My Hero Academia.
The pose on this one is really good. I think that's probably the highlight of this pop. I do like the colors going with it, and it's another good pop where, like, I don't know much about it, but it's definitely a decent pop, at least I'm sure some of the fans will like this one. And then the Invader Zim pops, these ones are cool. I'll probably end up picking this up. And then the Jack Skellington movie moments, that's also done really nice. I like that one a lot. And then the Jack Skellington Hot Topic exclusive single pop there. I actually seen this one 2 days ago at Hot Topic in Toronto at the Eaton Center.
Yeah, that just came out. I think it was the day after Over 9,000 came out. So I think it was like last Thursday.
Okay.
It came out.
I love this pop. I'm actually kind of mad that I didn't pick it up. I mean, I know it hasn't like sold out at Hot Topic or anything. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say a shelf sitter, but it's not gonna sell out right away because we've seen a million Jack Skellington pops before. But I would say this is probably one of my favorite Jack Skellington pops. Funko hasn't done anything like this where like there's like something different going on with the eyes.
Yeah.
Which is super cool, and I definitely should have picked it up, but I didn't. And then the over 9,000 Vegeta. DK actually got me this for my birthday that had just recently passed.
Yes, which I would have mentioned in that same video that I talked about. So
Yeah, this pop's great. Obviously, the Vegeta over 9,000 scene is, like, no doubt the most popular scene in Dragon Ball history. Everyone knows over 9,000. So,
yeah,
like,
it became a huge meme,
Yeah.
especially in our childhood. It was a huge meme, and we'd always talk about over 9,000 and all that. So.
yeah. So it's really cool. I love how the Scouter's broken in his hand, and it's obviously just another Vegeta pop, but it looks good. He looks angry. He's got one fist clenched, the other one holding that broken Scouter because he's so angry. I love this pop, so it's cool. And then the Terminator pops. I don't know how I feel about these. I feel like these are gonna sit on the shelf. Almost feel like even the Chase version of whatever that girl's name is.
Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor. I feel like that might even be a sitter. Like, that's not a good Chase. They just change basically what's in her hands. Like, the molding on the hands is a little different, but it's literally the exact same pose and
Yeah.
everything. If I would make a list of, like, the top 10 worst chases of this year, that's gotta be real up there in the list. Like, I'm not happy with that chase at all.
So finally moving on from November 1st, we're going to get, I think these announcements were from November 2nd to November 5th. Starting off first, we got ourselves from Overwatch 2, we have new variants of Genji and Tracer, which was a first-to-market exclusive originally for Blizzard, but it's now a common in stores, considering Top Ops actually did a recent video. He was at a GameStop and they were there, so they are commons now. Then, for the brand new season of Rick and Morty, Season 4, which just released this past Sunday, we have the commons, which we have Death Crystal Morty, Teddy Rick, the Teddy Rick Chase, where he's all battered, Kirkland Meeseeks, Hologram Rick Clone, and we got ourselves Wasp Rick. Then the exclusives, there are actually, well, 3 on the one picture, but there is another one. So we got ourselves a Walmart exclusive Death Crystal Morty floating, a glow-in-the-dark hologram Rick clone that will be exclusive to Amazon, and we have ourselves another hologram Rick clone that will be a Hot Topic exclusive. Then we have another hologram Rick clone. This is the third hologram, or actually fourth if you include the common. Hologram Rick clone that's a glow-in-the-dark, but he's holding a bucket of chicken. And if you notice on the sticker for the Funko Shop sticker, it is the Christmas colors, in which that detects that it will be a part of the 12 Days of Christmas Funko Shop exclusives, which if you haven't heard yet, last year when they did the 12 Days of Christmas, they sold Funko Pops for the first 12 days of December, but this year, so that it can be in your homes on time for Christmas, they're actually going to be doing 12 Pops in a bundle, and it'll be sold on Cyber Sunday, which I think is next week, I believe.
It's December 1st because Black Friday is on the 29th.
I didn't even know it was that late this year. I thought it was like
Yeah,
more like
yeah,
the
it is.
24th and that for like US Thanksgiving, which I gotta point that out since our Thanksgiving in Canada is in October, so it always throws me off. But yes, November 4th, released at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST on the Funko Shop. It is Mr. Owl from Tootsie Pops. How many licks can you get until you get to the center or something like that? For
How
this
many
thing?
licks does it take to get to the center of the
Yeah,
Tootsie Pop?
that's it. Then we have a FYE exclusive, and I heard this a while back, and I've been waiting to find out about when it's being confirmed in that. And that is obviously, like I said, FYE exclusive Toy Story Pop and Tea bundle. It includes the glow-in-the-dark alien. It's got a cool box, which I'll get to my opinion in a sec. But yeah, glow-in-the-dark alien. That'll be in a Pop and Tea combo exclusive to FYE, and that's available now. Then we got some more NBA Funko Pops, in which I'm going to attempt to read off these names because a lot of these are complicated. Like the first one from the Milwaukee Bucks, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Jeez Louise.
That is a long name. Then from the Boston Celtics, we have Kemba Walker. Houston Rockets, Russell Westbrook. And then we have from the Brooklyn Nets, we have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And from the Los Angeles Lakers, we have Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Then, released November 1st as a part of a Hello Kitty collector's box on Amazon. It's Locked Hello Kitty. And then we got ourselves, last but not least, a glow-in-the-dark Ragnarok from Fortnite. And it's going to be part of a Pop and Tea combo. that will release on November 20th, exclusive to Walmart. The Overwatch Pops, I'm not going to really go into too much because I think MD will. These Overwatch Pops are pretty cool. I like the hair on Tracer, and then the Genji outfit is pretty cool from what it looks like. It kind of looks like the original Genji from like Overwatch 1. The Rick and Morty Pops, these are cool. I like Teddy Rick. Teddy Rick's pretty cool, especially the chase. My favorites, I would say, out of all these Rick and Morty Pops, including the exclusives, are definitely the Chase Teddy Rick and the Kirkland Meeseeks. I'm a huge fan of Mr. Meeseeks. I actually rewatched Rick and Morty all over again in preparation for season 4, just to get my memory flowing.
What have you been watching it on?
I have it on DVD, all 3 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like the Kirkland Meeseeks. It's very simple, but it's a cool pop, and same with the Teddy Rick. Those are awesome. I like the way they did the eyes on Death Crystal Morty. That is cool. Then moving on to the Mr. Owl. This is pretty cool pop for what it is. I feel like these eyes on Mr. Owl is kind of what they should have done with the Waldo pop.
Yeah.
Now as I look at it, like making the eyes that small with glasses that big, as I feel that would have been a spot on pop for Waldo in my opinion. For what it is cool. I don't really know Mr. Owl all that much, so obviously I'm not really interested in it. But now here's something I'm really interested in, is this Toy Story Pop and Tea combo. Like MD always says about Pop and Tea combos, usually the box.
What I was gonna say.
The box is the best. Damn it, pal! God damn it, pal! I don't know. I like all 3 things: the box, the shirt, and the pop. And that might be a little biased because I love Toy Story, but the pop, it's obviously the same one as the original one for the Toy Story 4 Alien, except it's glow in the dark, which I'm interested to see in person how it glows in the dark. The shirt is awesome. The claw, I've been chosen. A little shout out to the first movie. And then the box is just so good. Like, it's the claw machine, and there's the little aliens. That just blows my mind that Funko puts a little bit of those cool details into these. Then I'm not going to go into the basketball pops at all because, there's nothing really going on besides they all have different jerseys. It's all like different colors for the jerseys. And they basically have the same pose except like 3 of them. I don't know. And this is like the 4th LeBron James pop we got. And then the flocked Hello Kitty. I guess it's cool that they made a flocked version of Hello Kitty. It's a cat, so it should be flocked. The Ragnarok from Fortnite. Obviously, it's detailed. It's basically the same as the original Ragnarok Funko Pop from Fortnite, except it glows in. I don't know what's gonna glow in the dark. It looks like they're kind of teasing it with like the eyes a little bit, but I hope it's not just like I'm not gonna plan on getting this because I'm not into the Fortnite lineup, but I hope it's not like just the eyes like they did with that one Game of Thrones pop.
I'm thinking it's probably the eyes and the 2 blue parts on the pickaxe.
Yeah, which is like, oh, really?
Yeah, the Fortnite one, so I have some discrepancies with this. The pop, it looks really good, honestly, but the t-shirt kind of sucks. Like, to me, that t-shirt doesn't scream, I'm a Pop Vinyl Funko t-shirt.
Yeah,
it screams, I'm a little Fortnite nerd. That's what that one screams to me, and then I'm not too happy with that t-shirt, even though I would never get it. The Hello Kitty's alright. Probably won't be getting this pop. If I were to get a Hello Kitty pop, though, this would be the one to get, obviously. The basketball pops, obviously, we're just getting more basketball pops. You already know how we feel about these, or any really sports pops besides, for me, NHL is the lineup that I like to collect. But I will say that the Anthony Davis does look the best to me, and it's not just because of the yellow jersey. I really like the way the shoes are done, and also, I think they captured what he looks like very well in the pop. Obviously, Dylan already said what I usually say with all these T combos where the boxes are phenomenal. This is solid all the way around. The pop is good, the shirt's good, and the box is good, which is good. So, yeah, I'll definitely end up picking one of these up. I plan on potentially getting DK1 as well because I know he wants one. Yep. And this is Target exclusive?
FYE.
Oh, FYE, right.
Which, in my opinion, is better because...
Definitely better.
Target just, people take them and it's just...
Yeah.
You can never find it.
Yeah. You've saved us. We're eternally grateful. Yeah, I just watched... You just watched Toy Story 2 the other day as well.
all... Well, not all 3 because there's 4 movies, but I watched the first 3 on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Which, what a week that's been with that program.
Oh, yes. Shout out to Disney Plus.
No free ads, just saying.
Yeah. And then we got Mr. Owl. I'm as a huge fan of ad icons. I love this one. I also love the character. This is one that never really popped in my mind of like, hey, let's get this as an ad icon. But seeing it, I'm like, damn, why did I not think of that? This is a great one. I love it. And then I'm not going to go into too much detail with the Rick and Morty ones, besides that I think some of these look really good. And this release almost makes me want to start collecting Rick and Morty Pops and start watching the show more often. I've only seen a handful of episodes in the first season, I would assume. But some of these are really great. I do love that chase. It's pretty dang cool. I'm pretty sure the Kirkland Meeseeks is a Hot Topic exclusive.
No, that's a common.
Is it a common? Okay.
I actually seen it at our EB Games today before.
Oh, really? Yeah, because I did see it at Hot Topic the other day, and I was like laughing because I have a buddy who I've known for a long time named Kirkland, and I thought it was funny to see that this Meeseek's name is Kirkland. So yeah, that's basically how I feel with the Rick and Morty ones. They're all pretty decent, and it almost makes me want to collect them. So that's cool with this set. I do like the fact that now that this one came out, I might want to get some more of the other ones. Obviously, Funko would be appreciative of that, and that's one of the reasons why they do this, right? And then the Overwatch ones, the Genji's alright. So is the Tracer, honestly. I'm just more stoked for the fact that we're getting Overwatch 2. I mean, some people aren't too hyped for it because they're like, ooh, it's going to be the same game, but a couple more gameplay features. But I love Overwatch so much, and I can't wait for this game to come out. These pops are alright. I will end up getting them because I have a large selection of Overwatch pops, and eventually I would like to kind of seal that set up and have it nice and complete. But I do like the Tracer more than I like the Genji. The Genji's cool, but the Tracer I think has a better pose than the original one. I think the original Tracer that first came out, like, I can't remember if it was even posed or not. It might have just been standing. But I do think this one looks very good, so definitely 2 pickups that I'll be getting. Glad to hear that they're common.
Yeah. So now moving on, you'll see the next 9 glam shots on your screen. One of them will be kind of a collage. First one is the Terminator pop that I was mentioning about. It is a Funko Shop exclusive T800 Battle, obviously released on November 6th at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST on the Funko Shop. Then we got ourselves from the movie Major League. We got ourselves here Jake Taylor, Ricky Vaughn, and we got a 1-in-6 Ricky Vaughn chase with glasses with a skull and bones in the middle of the glasses. Then we got from the movie The Devil Wears Prada, we got ourselves Miranda Priestley and Andy Sachs. The Major League Pops and the Devil Wears Prada Pops will be released as early as April 2020. Then, one that I kind of popped for this because this is pretty cool. We got ourselves Alfred with the Wayne Manor Pop Town.
I actually did pop for this as well.
This is expected to be released as early as March 2020. Then we got the band Duran. We got members Roger Taylor, Andy Taylor, Simon LeBon, Nick Rhodes, and John Taylor, and those are expected to be released as early as January 2020. Then, as a part of a Batman Beyond DVD collection, it was like a pop and DVD collection bundle. You get like the whole series of Batman Beyond. With this pop, it is Batman Beyond Black Chrome. Then we got ourselves a Disney Parks exclusive Abominable Snowman and Matterhorn Bobsled Pop Rides, which that I'm pretty sure is available now. It released not too long ago, actually.
Didn't we already see this?
No, that was probably the Mickey Mouse with the bobsled. That was New York Comic Con.
Okay.
This is now the Abominable Snowman. And then we got ourselves here. The next 4 are all Smugglers Bounty exclusives, but the first 2 are the pops that we didn't get to talk about because they didn't add them to the Funko app yet until November 8th. So this was for the Fortress of Darkness, I think, or Forces of Darkness box, I think it's what it's called, October's box. So we got ourselves a Kylo Ren hooded pop, and we got ourselves the 5th out of 6 Knight of Ren pops. This is the one with the axe, and that is the regular one. So that is a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive / Amazon, because that's where you get them from. So there's that. And leaked on the Funko app is the pops that will be featured in the Rise of Skywalker Smuggler's Bounty box, the last ever Smuggler's Bounty box in history, in which we have ourselves Babu Frick, and we got ourselves a C-3PO with a crossbow. That will be the pops that will be in the very last Smuggler's Bounty box, which I think releases next month.
I just realized something, and I don't think I'm too happy about it. I'm not going to go into it even on the podcast, though.
Okay. Anyways, and then the last pop in this part is a FYE exclusive Chucky cutting Jack-in-a-Box, which that is available now. The Funko Shop exclusive T800. This, in my opinion, is the best Terminator Dark Fate pop that they have. I like the idea of a battle damage T800. I think a lot of people requested that even with like when they wanted the Terminator or Terminator 2 pops, especially because the one eye is red and then you even got like the metal parts under the skin. You can even see like kind of like the skin like kind of I guess peeled off and you can see the metal. So that is cool detail that I like. And even like the clothes are partially ripped off like he was in battle. I feel this is a very underrated pop. Like I feel like this pop, if you would have put Terminator 2 and it had like the leather jacket in that, it probably would have sold out. But I think because it's Dark Fate and it's a much older Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's why it still hasn't sold out yet on the Funko Shop. Then the Major League Pops, I've never seen the movie or really heard of it until Funko announced the pops for them. I don't know whether I like the chase or not. I like the way the glasses are with like the skull and bones in the middle of the glasses. Devil Wears Prada, I've heard of this movie, never seen it, so I can't really say whether this is what they exactly look like or not. But I know people were hyping over this because there were a lot of comments on this, a lot of good comments about this. It's like, oh, finally we got Devil Wears Prada and all that. The Alfred with the Wayne Manor Pop Town, just the Wayne Manor itself is super detailed. Even like taking like the windows and stuff, and you even have the grass that's going around and the little bushes. It's cool. And it's cool that this is a perfect like character with the Wayne Manor because Alfred's the butler obviously. And it's cool that like we finally get an Alfred pop because it's been so long now and a lot of people have been requesting it. I feel like though it should be a little older, but maybe they're just targeting like earlier Batman, so maybe he was like younger. It would be cool, like it's Batman 80 years, so who knows, maybe they will add that nice black and gold box to it as added detail, but it's still an overall cool pop, just the house itself, and even Alfred is cool. Duran, I've heard of this band. I don't know whether I've listened to their music or not because there's a lot of artists that are like, oh hey, you've heard the song by this. I'm like, I don't know, I might have. And then once I listen to it, I'll either be like, no, I've never heard of this, or like, okay, yeah, but I just didn't know it was by them. So
I would assume you've probably heard.
yeah, I feel like I've heard of
Duran.
Duran's music, but I just if you ask me, oh, you like this song? It's like I don't know it off the top of my head. I would have to like go to YouTube, type in Duran, and just do all that. They all look pretty cool, I guess. Like I said about like half the pops I probably talked about already. I haven't really seen like what they look like in person from I guess music videos or just appearances themselves. So I wouldn't really know exactly if they look exactly like this or not and if it's like a 10 out of 10 detailed pop or not, but the Batman Beyond pop. Now I remember when I first started collecting, I really wanted a Batman Beyond pop and I never really got around to it. But this Chrome, just looking at the glam shot, it looks better than the original one. But when I actually look at it non-glam shot and when people show it, I think like the black kind of looks more like silverish. So that's what I don't really like is how it ended up turning out. And I think it would be expensive to get as it is, both retail and secondary market because you gotta buy the DVDs. Just looking at this glam shot, it's a cool pop. Then the Abominable Snowman and Matterhorn. Obviously, this is like a part 2 of the Mickey Mouse one. It's just they slapped an Abominable Snowman. Looks pretty cool, I guess. Not really going to go into too much detail about it. The Smugglers Bounty Pops, starting with the October ones. The Knight of Ren is clearly the same one as the common one, except it's got a hood.
I meant to say Kylo Ren, not the Knight of Ren, but now I'm going to be talking about the Knight of Ren after this.
And the Axe one. Actually, this Axe one, this is the one that is like my favorite mask. Because I find the mask
solid.
The mask looks pretty solid. Like it looks like it could be its separate own character if it really wanted to. And the axe is pretty cool itself. And then the, I guess, essentially new character for one of them. So the Babu Frick, if that's how you pronounce it. Frick off, Frick. And then it's got this, like, squinched up face that, like, I guess it's pretty cool. I don't know what it's in his hand. And the C-3PO with the crossbow, it's alright. But I feel If you're gonna present the last ever the last ever Smuggler's Bounty box, I feel like this isn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends though, because I guess I'll go into what I said I wasn't gonna get into on the podcast, but now I kind of will. I have a prediction for the movie. I think Chewbacca might die. I'm getting goosebumps right now, just like Chewbacca. I have a shrine of Chewbacca that we're sitting beside right now. Like, I love Chewbacca a lot. But why does C-3PO have his bowcaster and his bandolin or something it's called? His ammunition strap there?
Yeah, I
Why
see
does he
that.
have both of those on him?
Ooh. What if this ties with the red eyes C-3PO? Like, what if C-3PO actually kills Chewbacca?
Can C-3PO even shoot a gun?
Well, I mean...
He could, technically, if he wanted to, I guess, but his arms aren't super, like, posable. He's only got so much...
He's like Tin Man. He needs, like, oil in
Yeah,
order to,
does
like...
Tin Man have a sheet metal You may have to bleep that out.
I don't know. If you've read those new terms of service for YouTube people, we might actually have to start saying this stuff in order to save our damn channels. But I feel like the Dark Side Ray and the Red Eye C-3PO should have been what was in this box.
Okay, yeah.
Because that would have been like, okay, that's a cool box to end
At the same
Smuggler's Bounty.
time, they probably expect to sell a lot of that Ray figure.
That is also true.
Do they want the last box to be cool, or do they want to make a lot of money off one figure?
But anyways, the last pop in this collage of photos, the Chucky, it's okay. I don't think it's the best Chucky we've had. I feel like even the Chucky I got that was exclusive to Hot Topic like 3 years ago is better than like this one with like I guess the staples, or not the staples, stitching. It's a cool pop, but I don't think it's the best Chucky pop we've got.
I would love to agree with you about this Chucky pop, but I don't. This is my favorite Chucky pop that has been released. This one's so iconic. I love this. I remember one of my old neighbors going down to their basement. He had this huge banner and it had this Chucky on it with like the Jack in the Box with the scissors. And I was like scared as a kid to go into the basement because this huge banner was there with this Chucky on it. I love this pop. I'm getting this pop. I kind of already said what I had to say about the C-3PO. I do really like this pop though. But are they gonna pull on our heartstrings with this last movie? I'm so ready and not ready for it at the exact same time. The Babu Frick, really cool. Not happy that it's Smuggler's Bounty because I'd possibly pick this up otherwise. Knight of Ren here. This one's solid. I do agree. The mask on this one looks good. Also, there's a lot of detail in like the fabric, like stitching on like the hooded part of the mask. Even the axe itself looks pretty dang sweet. And then the Kylo Ren, meh, it's alright. There's better ones, obviously, we've seen them. The Abominable Snowman. This one's cool. I like this one better than the Mickey because, if I'm not mistaken, he is like what you see when you're on the ride, like when you go into like the cave part. Like the Abominable Snowman's like on the wall there. So it makes sense to have him in the ride. It's cool. I like that. Then with the Batman Beyond one, I really want to get this. And normally I don't say that about a Chrome Pop, but it's not just one color, which is really cool. I wouldn't actually mind picking up the DVDs for Batman Beyond, so I will definitely highly consider getting that bundle there that they have. The Duran Pops, if I want to try and keep going with completing Pop Rocks, I'd have to get these. Recently I've been struggling with Pop Rocks because there hasn't been too much that I want, and even like it's a lot of mediocre stuff coming out for Pop Rocks more recently.
Yeah.
Well, I would say over the last year and a half, I guess. And then the Alfred, I popped for this, like you said. More for the Alfred than the, what is it, Wayne Manor?
Yeah.
It's cool, but I mean, the Alfred, that's sweet. I'm super happy for that. The Devil Wears Prada Pops are pretty cool as well, actually. They're pretty detailed. I like how, like, the one has, like, the purse, and then they both have purses, but I like how much detail is at least on this first figure where, like, you can see it says, like, fashion on the book, and then there's a picture of a pop on it. It looks like at least this chick on the other side there, but I don't know. I also haven't seen the movie. The Major League ones are good. Like you said, the chase is kind of weird. I do like how they did the glasses, but at the same time, I kind of really like how that common looks without the glasses. Then the Terminator Pop, I agree with you. That's the best Terminator Pop, obviously. It looks really good. You went into all the details of why it is the best. It's definitely the best one we've seen so far.
Alright, so the next 9 glams that you'll see on your screen, starting off with the Target exclusive Futura Darth Vader, which is available now. It actually was available, I think it came out this week, if I'm not mistaken. Then the starting of Funko Hollywood exclusive pops, which, if you don't know, Funko is opening up another store in Los Angeles, California, called Funko Hollywood. So now there'll be Funko HQ in Everett, Washington, and Funko Hollywood in Los Angeles, California. Hopefully they do a Funko Canada. Who knows?
In Toronto.
So the first of those reveals.
Can I say something quick?
Sure.
Are these Funko Hollywood ones exclusive to the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the Funko Hollywood exclusive pops are going to be released Monday, November 18th. The store opens for people who have the tickets for the grand opening, and then it's open to the public on the 19th, the next day. So the first one, obviously, we have Big Boy with sunglasses. And then, announced on the Funko app, there have been these DC collector's boxes in which there were 4 different pops that you can get out of these. So starting off, a Gamer Batman, then a Chase Gamer Batman of him sitting down. Then we got Gamer Joker, and then we have the Chase Gamer Joker, which is actually wearing a virtual reality set instead of having a controller,
I
which
love it.
I will get to that in a bit. Then more I almost said Hunko. Funko Hollywood exclusives.
He is looking like a hunk.
We have Freddy Funko with the Hollywood star, and we got Huckleberry Hound with the Funko Hollywood bag. Then we have a Funko Shop exclusive Knight of Ren with Scythe, in which that was obviously released November 13th at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST on the Funko Shop. Then we got ourselves a Wonder Woman with Funko Hollywood bag. We got, I feel like, one that you're going to talk about, in my opinion, Gumby. And we got ourselves a Tony the Tiger with sunglasses. Starting off with the Futura Darth Vader. I'm starting to actually like this better than when I first heard about it. Like, the way that this looks, like, where it's, like, it's got these cool, like, I guess, like, scribbles on it, and it's got, like, it looks like lasers, like, pointing at him, because you got those dots on him. And for those that don't know, and I actually didn't know until a couple nights ago, Futura is actually an artist in New York.
Yeah.
So, all these it's a collaboration between Funko and Futura. And also, I guess Futura is a huge fan of Star Wars, which is why it's kind of gelled with these, is that it's kind of like his own, like, painting designs on the Star Wars characters. So, yeah, there's that. It looks pretty cool. Better than I expected, like I said. Probably won't pick it up, though. But the Big Boy with the sunglasses, pretty cool. I like the burger in his hand. I guess the sunglasses are pretty cool. Also, you can actually kind of see the eyes through the sunglasses. So the DC Gamer Pops, I think the best one, I would say, is the VR Joker, only because it's basically a complete different mold. Like, the Batman ones basically almost look similar. The only thing is, like, the leg mold. That's it. Like, he's basically in the same position with the headset, and the way he's holding his controller, it's just the legs are different. With the VR one, so the normal Joker has him with the headset and the controller. The VR one has, like, the VR headset, and he's holding the VR controllers. That isn't just a normal controller, it's just like the little handheld, like, kind of like Nintendo Wii type things, but a little better. And the thing I do like about these boxes, which I don't know if anyone knows, well, actually, you probably would have seen it on, like, Top Pop's videos, but these are kind of worth it because not only you can get 4 different pops, but there are, like, 3 different of the other things that come with it. There are 3 different stickers. There are 3 different pocket pops. There are 3 different pop pez. And there are 3 different pins. For those that don't know, you can get, there's a chase version that will obviously come with the chases. There's a glow-in-the-dark version, which you can get those in the commons. And then there is just the regular ones. It's cool that they're doing that. And it's only, I think, 20 US, so like 30 Canadian, which
really? When
which,
did these come out?
I think, once again, like last week.
Oh, they already.
Yeah, they're already.
Possibly.
Maybe. I know Top Ops today.
Where can you get them?
GameStop. I don't know if EB has them out yet, or I don't think EB has them out yet, or I don't know if they'll get them in very soon.
Yeah, I'd probably pick a few of these. For 30 Canadian, I'd probably pick like 3 of them up and hope for the best.
And it seems like even people who got like 6 boxes, they're getting like 2 or 3 chases.
Yeah.
Like, it's very likely to get a chase with these ones. Unlike your normal boxes, which usually the odds are like actual 1 in 6, like a chase would be. Yeah, so there's those. Freddy Funko is pretty cool, holding the star, because like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So that's pretty cool. The Huckleberry Hound, clearly this was a Brian Mariotti idea. Like, oh, we need a Huckleberry Hound with a bag, because he has a huge obsession with them. Not shooting down on Brian Mariotti, but I'm just saying, like, obviously this is where this had to have come from. The Scythe version of the Knight of Ren. This is where a bunch of comments were written in thinking this looks like a hockey mask.
Yeah, it looks more like a goalie mask to me. Obviously, because not a lot of players in hockey nowadays wear cages. They usually just have a visor. But I could see where it kind of does look like a hockey helmet with like the cage because of the grid kind of pattern there.
And then the Wonder Woman, I guess it's all right. Obviously, they needed to throw that Funko Hollywood bag just because it's a Funko Hollywood exclusive. The Gumby is pretty cool. I think a lot of people didn't like the white eyes on it. I kind of agree with them. I don't know. I just feel the white eyes in this case would be weird. Usually I don't like the black eyes, but I kind of either wanted the black eyes or a lot of people wish it was the red eyes. Like
yeah,
on this.
the red eyes would work well with it.
But it doesn't mean it's a bad pop. It basically looks like Gumby himself. So it's almost the perfect pop. Because they even got like the eyebrows and the nose and everything basically down pat as far as I remember. And then the last one is a Tony the Tiger with sunglasses. There is some people are like, where do you see like a Tony the Tiger with glasses in anything? And I guess in one of the commercials, Tony the Tiger actually wore glasses in this one commercial. So it's kind of like a spot on something that actually happened. So it still looks pretty cool, sunglasses on Tony the Tiger. So
I'm not too pumped with these Funko Hollywood Pops. Not all of them, just a couple of them, because Tony the Tiger is one of the ones where I'm like, okay, that doesn't really make sense. They just throw some glasses on it, and now it's Funko Hollywood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. So I don't know. I don't know. I got really mixed opinion about it. The Gumby though, where's Pokey?
yeah, a lot of people were commenting on Instagram about where's Pokey. If they continue this lineup, I could see Pokey being like ECCC exclusive.
Oh, that's crazy.
I can see it already, like, because realistically, if they would have made it common, they would have already announced it with Gumby.
Yeah, a 2-pack. Do a 2-pack.
It could be a 2-pack, or they could release it single also.
Yeah.
If they would have made it a common.
Yeah, I love this Gumby pop. I'll end up picking it up. And then Wonder Woman's another one where I feel like they just added her to have a female in the lineup of these Funko Hollywood Pops. They just throw the Funko Hollywood bag with it. Ugh, I don't like it. I'm not too happy with that. And then I wonder why they decided to do this one as a Funko Shop exclusive Night of Ren. I don't understand. They should have just all been...
Commons?
Yeah, is the other colored ones, like the ones that have the hair tight or whatever it's called?
Yeah, the chrome ones are commons, but like the normal variants are all exclusives.
Okay, then whatever. Then the Huckleberry Hound, obviously you already said it yourself. It makes sense to have this one. If this was the only one like this, where they just threw the bag on and they're like, hey, look, it's Funko Hollywood, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense, because Huckleberry Hound is kind of like a mascot for Funko in a sense. There's like, at Funko headquarters, there's like a huge Huckleberry Hound, isn't there?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure there is. Like, they've done like a few different colors of Huckleberry Hound, haven't they?
They might have. I haven't really kept track of the Huckleberry Hounds, but I mean,
Yeah.
send an email to Brian Mariotti. I'm sure he'll know, because...
Then the Freddy Funko, this is the best one. It looks great, and it makes sense. And then these Batman ones, I'm really excited for these. I really hope we get some of these boxes. If not, I'm going to have to take a trip over to the States and hope that there's still some at GameStop, or maybe go on eBay and try and track a box down or something. I'd like to get my hands on the VR Joker, and I would like to get the Chase version of the other Batman. Even the common would be alright. I do want both of these pops, though. Specifically the Chases. Then the Big Boy, I think that one's alright to have the glasses on. To me, it's kind of cheap, again, with having glasses on it, but with this, it's another pop where it's like, okay, I feel like Funko's the only one to ever make Big Boy merchandise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had the original action figure, like, not action figure, but, like, plastic like statue thing from like way back in like what the 90s or whatever that was that it was made, which what's his name, Kenny has.
Yeah,
I think they showed that in like the room tour thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense, I guess. The future, this is an alright pop, I guess. It looks cool, and I mean it's cool to support like an artist, so I like it.
So now moving on to the last 9 photos here. So the last 9 glam shots we got here for this part of the month. November 14th at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST, we have ourselves part of the Pop Myths lineup. It's Minotaur. And then we have ourselves some more Pusheen Pops, which I don't think these were talked about since January, I believe.
Yeah,
actually.
we haven't
So
seen
like,
Pusheen in a while, yeah.
So it's been a while since we have Pusheen. Now we got two new versions. One's holding a pizza in his hand, and we got one with the heart in her hand. And the last Funko Hollywood exclusive pop that we'll be talking about, then pops that MD and I were pumped about. A new wave of WWE Funko Pops. So we got ourselves Mean Gene Okerlund, The Miz, Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena, Naomi, and a glow-in-the-dark chase of Naomi, Diesel with an NWO Kevin Nash chase, and one that obviously I'm going to go into so much detail about because I was popping huge for this. An Amazon exclusive The Fiend Bray Wyatt, and we have a Walmart exclusive Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt. Then we got from the Dragon Prince, we have ourselves Callum, Rayla, Ezran, and Zim, which those are expected to be released as early as January 2020. The WWE ones are expected to be released as early as February 2020, and Pusheen is expected to be released as early as February 2020 also. Then announced today as we record this, we have ourselves a Target exclusive 10-inch DO, and then we have ourselves a gold Colonel Sanders Pop and Tea combo. Minotaur looks pretty cool. There was like some hype, but there wasn't really some hype on this for some reason. I thought it looked fine, but it looks pretty cool. The Pusheen Pops, obviously I'm not really interested in Pusheen all that much, so I probably won't get these, but the one with the pizza looks pretty cool, probably because I like pizza, so I guess, you know, I can relate to this pop. And then the one with the heart is pretty cool also. The Marilyn Monroe Funko Hollywood exclusive pop, which for some reason I feel like I forgot to mention that before I mentioned the WWE ones.
I don't know, I think you talked about it.
Anyways, Marilyn Monroe with the sunglasses. A lot of people are not hyped. Like, they're not hyped because it's a Funko Hollywood exclusive. Because a lot of people were waiting for a Marilyn Monroe pop, but now it's like, oh man, it's a Funko Hollywood exclusive. But I feel like they're going to make a common with her without the sunglasses.
Yeah.
So I'm not too...
Oh,
so I don't
just
think
that mold without the sunglasses?
Yeah, so I think, like, I wouldn't be too worried about it, because I feel like even the ones without the sunglasses would probably be more like her, in a sense. The WWE Pops, so starting with these first three comments in this photo, so it's cool they did Mean Gene since he recently passed away. However, he kind of looks like what I would think that Alfred looks like. He kind of looks like Alfred from Batman, in a way.
Yeah, kind of.
And if you remove the mustache, I realize if you remove the mustache, he kind of looks like Howard Finkel.
I was thinking that, actually.
And I feel like for that one also, if you look closely, the microphone, he's got like the current WWE logo, which I feel like
it should have been.
I feel like with the Mean Gene, it should have been, they should have done like the 80s logo, but more of the WWE logo instead of the WWF logo, since they can't really use
give
that.
him like the blue microphone or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's true. Miz is very long overdue, actually. As much as like Miz isn't one of my favorites, but I still like him, I do think he should have had a Funko Pop a long time ago, and this one has a super amount of detail, especially with the glasses, because it says most must see cause I'm awesome around the frame of it. The hair is like totally Miz. Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena. Just when I thought that I said at one point I was never gonna get a John Cena pop, and then I got the Invisible John Cena from Amazon. Well, actually, it was from WWE Shop, but it is an Amazon exclusive pop. That'll be the only John Cena pop I ever get. And then they announced this Doctor of Thugonomics pop, and it brings back my childhood for wrestling. I'm just like, oh, man, just take my money, Funko. Just take it. And I realized with this attire, this isn't like 2003 Doctor of Thugonomics. This is the attire he wore when he did the appearance at WrestleMania 35 recently, when he did that segment with Elias. That's that outfit, and he's got even the brass knuckles that say Word Life. Moving on to the Diesel and Naomi pops. I remember, I'm pretty sure we talked about it so many times on the podcast about they should make a glow-in-the-dark Naomi Funko Pop. And I could be wrong about this, and this might have to be an unanswered question, but I'm pretty sure this is the first ever glow-in-the-dark WWE Funko Pop.
Definitely. I don't ever remember there being a
glow-in-the-dark. I think this is the first one. Even looking at the comment, it's very detailed with the glasses, and I'm curious whether, like, they actually... I'm sure they added eyes underneath it.
Yeah.
But you can't really see, though. But I'm sure they have added eyes.
Like, yeah, they have added eyes. You can kind of tell on the common. If you, like, zoom in, you can see...
Okay,
like,
yeah, I see it now.
You can kind of see them underneath there.
I'm curious on how the glow is going to turn out on this Naomi pop, because you can clearly see for sure the hair is going to glow in the dark. But does the outfit glow in the dark just like her attire in real life also?
Yeah.
But even if it's just the hair, it's still cool that like Funko realizes, hey, Naomi, she has this glow gimmick, so we'll just make a glow in the dark. And I kind of figure it would be a chase. Diesel looks badass, very awesome. And I'm not surprised that they pulled the Razor Ramon and they did the NW. Essentially, with the Razor Ramon one, they did Razor Ramon with the purple attire, and then they did the Scott Hall NWO as its chase. I'm not surprised that when they made Diesel, I kind of figured when thinking about it that they would make an NWO Kevin Nash. And now there's the founding members of NWO finally.
Yeah.
There's the Hogan, there's the Scott Hall, and there's the Kevin Nash now. So now moving on to the exclusives. Oh my god. The Fiend Bray Wyatt. I knew they would eventually make a Funko Pop of this, but I didn't think it was going to be announced this early.
Yeah.
Actually, and I might as well mention this now, that in our December podcast, I was actually going to plan, not only would we have, it wouldn't be as long as our normal top 10 list, but I was going to do a top 10 wish list for 2020, and one of the pops I had written down for that wish list was The Fiend Bray Wyatt.
All right, well, I think we should still do that.
Yeah, we're still going to do it,
okay.
but I got to remove that from my list now. And it is amazingly detailed. It is just as I dreamed about it. Like, the mask is detailed. They added the teeth detail. The outfit is basically spot on. It's even got the gloves. Even, like, the hair is just awesome. They added, like, they can show, like, its dreads. And just to mention, when I had originally thought about this, I knew that this pop was not going to be a common. But when I thought about this, I thought it was going to be a chase, and they would have done his, like, Mr. Rogers variant as the common.
Oh.
To go with this one. So the Fiend would be the chase, and the Mr. Rogers-esque version would be the common.
That is so smart. Damn.
Just like they would have done with Finn Balor when they did the normal variant, and then the chase was the demon. In my opinion, better decision to go with making it an exclusive rather than the chase, because it would be easier. The Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt, I'm actually kind of happy that they are making another Hogan Pop, since the original one is, I don't know how expensive it is, but it is vaulted at this point, since it was made, like, I would say 4 years ago at this point. This detail of him ripping a shirt, I don't know why they didn't think of that before. Clearly they're showing 80s Hogan, because they never done the Hogan with the trunks. They only did it, like, basically, I guess I would call it Hollywood Hogan, with, like, the tights. But now it's got the yellow trunks and the red knee pads, like normal Hogan. Then the Dragon Prince. I've never heard of the Dragon Prince, ever. So I can't really, like, I'm going to say this so many times. I haven't seen this, so I can't tell whether this actually looks like them or not. But I guess from what I'm looking at, they are pretty cool. Like, the little dragon on the corner, his name is Zim. That's pretty cool. The 10-inch DO. I guess maybe it's cool to be a 10-inch in the sense that it's kind of almost life-sized.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But then I'm thinking about it more, and I think even a 10-inch would still be too small.
That's what she said.
Yeah, and
to
also
be the droid's size.
I'll just
most
get
likely.
into it when it's my turn. But...
Okay. And then last but not least, the KFC Pop and Tea combo. It doesn't show in this glam shot, but the box that this comes in is actually a KFC bucket.
I knew it.
When I looked this up on the Funko shop, it showed that. I'm like, KFC bucket. This could potentially be like the best packaging ever for a Funko Pop and Tea combo. Besides maybe the Toy Story one, a little biased again, but it's a smart idea. Like, instead of making a normal, like, box, they used a KFC bucket, which I find is genius on Funko's part. The gold part, I think people don't understand about why it's all gold, but I think it's also because they did those commercials recently of the, what the heck is it? Like, the honey mustard thing, and, like, he's dressed up in gold, which is why I can't even remember what exactly, once again, an unanswered question about the Colonel Sanders, but...
The bucket is definitely an ingenious thing. It makes so much sense. I love this t-shirt. The figure's alright. The 10-inch supersized DO, I would assume it is, right?
Yeah.
This is probably the worst pop of the month. And we haven't even seen half the month so
Damn.
far. I'm not impressed with this. I don't think we need this in a 10-inch pop. There's so much more I would rather have in a 10-inch pop. Then the Dragon Prince ones, again, we haven't seen this, so we don't know exactly what they look like. But I do like how you can tell that these are animated characters by these pops. I totally see that when I look at these. So it's cool that they got that down with these pops. The Fiend obviously is great. My favorite part of this pop is that his head is slightly tilted.
Yeah.
That's just so great. And then the Hulk Hogan is really awesome as well. The Naomi, she's my favorite current roster female superstar. I was super pumped to see this. And then the Kevin Nash, or Diesel, I guess, is really great too. I really want that chase as well as the Naomi chase. And then Dr. Thugonomics John Cena is good, except I wish we would have got a different Thugonomics attire.
Yeah.
Like, the new one that he did, it's cool, it's good to see that, but I feel like there could have been some better choices for that. And then Mean Gene is really wicked as well. I do think maybe it's because of licensing that they didn't put like a different microphone in his hand, because obviously they can't write WWF on it, right?
No, but they could still do like the
They could just do
retro WWE.
Yeah,
logo.
just the W in the
Yeah.
W, right? In like gold on the blue. I think that would have looked way better. But I don't know. I'm still gonna pick it up. And then one of my favorite current roster WWE superstars, The Miz. So stoked to see this. Amazing detail. They went above and beyond for like if I would have pictured a Miz pop. This is not what I would have expected. I would have expected.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to look as good as it is.
Super mediocre. But this is great. I can't wait to get that one as well. And for the first time in history of WWE Funko, this is a lineup of pops where I will be getting every single pop on the lineup.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. Then the Marilyn Monroe. These glasses are different than the other glasses, so I like that. It would kind of make sense for Marilyn Monroe to be wearing sunglasses, because she's kind of this, like, fashion icon, in a sense. I just really hope we get to see a Marilyn Monroe where, like, maybe even if it's, like, a pop moment where she's got the skirt and it's floating up and the like the gust of wind, you know what I'm talking about? From the like whatever, I don't know why they have those in the States or big cities. It's like ventilation in the sidewalk and boom, up goes her dress. We need to see that, but this pop is very good as well. The Pusheens are cool. I do like the pizza one because you got the pizza, which is sweet, and like the super happy like smile, and then the winking face, which is cool. So that's a really solid Pusheen pop. And then the heart one's actually really good as well. I like how it has like the, I don't even know what to call it, but the lines underneath the eyes showing like blushing, I guess is what it would be.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. They could have just thrown a heart in it and then people would have been like, oh, this is cute. But they went above and beyond with that pop too, which is sweet to see. And then I don't see why people don't like this Minotaur. The only gripe I have about it, I think, is that, let's say if you were to put your thumbs where the ears and the horns are, it kind of looks like Justin Bieber's hair. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of just looks like a Justin Bieber head with, like, Minotaur face on it. Which kind of sucks, but at the same time, I think this is a great pop.
So that will be all that we talk about pop-wise for the first half of November 2019. The rest we will talk about in an episode that will be released on December 1st, in which we actually have 2 more podcasts before we go weekly in January 2020, in which now, like I had said in the October part 1, I'd be revealing the schedule for a Funko Popcast and basically what we'd be talking about in those episodes. Plus, I'll be revealing some videos that I will be doing, and I think MD will be a part of like 1 or 2 of them throughout the month of January 2020. So I'm going to start off with the Funko Popcast schedule. So starting with the very first episode when we go weekly, on January 3rd will be the top 50 pops of 2019 list, in which I remember when I told MD about this, he was pumped about it. So that's a good way to kick off the 2020 schedule. And I know I said that the podcast would be a little bit shorter now that we go weekly, but this is worth a long podcast. And I can say that we have already decided at least 30 out of the 50 pops for that list. But we still got 2 more months of 2019 left to see what kind of pops may make the list. But yeah, I can't wait for that top 50 pops of 2019 episode. It's going to be a great episode.
Yeah, it's approaching quite fast.
Yeah, time's going way too fast. January 10th, it'll just be the first week of 2020 Funko Pop reveals. Then January 17th, we'll discuss the second week of 2020. But that is the episode in which I hope, and it's been something MD and I had talked about, we want to start having guests on the podcast. So I've been thinking it's either going to be guests on that episode or we are going to do a proper getting to know episode. So everyone will know, they'll get to know us and how we got into collecting Funko Pops and all that. But anyways, so for 2020, we want to bring in guests on a Funko Pop guest. So I'm going to give a shout out to some names that MD and I have thought, or mostly me, but MD has threw in a couple of names also, of some guests that we want to have on a Funko Pop guest. So obviously, first one, I got to say, Top Pops would be awesome to have him on this podcast. Rye the Pop Guy would also be cool. Talk about some Rick and Morty stuff on there. Funkamon, Bearded Pop Hunter, Funko
the
Pop...
beard.
Funko Pop Academy, Poppin' Couple, just to throw this out there because it would be cool to have 4 co-hosts on one podcast. K-Dog and Fish. That would be a sweet episode. 4 podcasters in one episode. And one that MD would really want on this podcast. We talked about it. Filmmaker Mike.
There's so many that we could do, and if anybody wants to do it, obviously we'd appreciate it a lot.
So anyways, yeah, so there's that. For January 24th, the week after that, I kind of have a feeling, so 24th will be a Friday. The Monday, I'm more than certain if it goes the way that it goes every year, that Monday before that is when they will have London Toy Fair reveals. So if that's the case, that entire January 24th episode will just be on London Toy Fair reveals. So we will talk about those Funko Pop reveals from London Toy Fair. And then January 31st will be the remaining Funko Pops of January 20... Or, do I keep saying 2019? I feel like I keep saying 2019. 2020 will be the remaining... So the remaining January 2020 Pops... and we will also do the first top 10 list of 2020 of those January 2020 Pops. So, anyways, there's that, plus separate videos that I will be doing on this channel, non-Funko Popcast related. On January 1st, I'm going to be uploading my entire Funko Pop collection, so I'm going to go through every Funko Pop that I have as of January 20...
That's a cool video idea.
January 1st, 2020. So there's going to be that video. And I think after that, so I have planned January 6th and 8th, because I don't want them like super separated, because who knows of when the prices will go up. But I will be doing a top 10 most expensive Funko Pops in my collection and top 10 cheapest Funko Pops in my collection as of January 1st. And then some collaboration videos. One will be hopefully an episode of Mystery Mini Wars, because they'll be out by then, is a full case of Fantastic Four Mystery Minis, because those are expected to be coming out in January 2020.
The Ad Icons ones are already out, are they not?
They're out. It's been hard to get. They've been selling out so quick, getting full cases. But yeah, there's that. And I'm going to be doing a new series called Cop Up or Pass Up, which most of those will be for, I guess, convention reveals or anything. So the first one will be for London Toy Fair. So it'll be when you talk about each pop, you're going to say your opinion on whether you will cop up for this pop or you'll pass up this pop. That is all. So that is all we got for today on this podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you smash that like button. Comment on what your favorite pops so far of November 2019 are. And you press that subscribe button for more content like this podcast, some of our Mystery Mini Wars episode pop hunts, all that dealio. And please press that notification button to be notified of when those cool content comes out, and you'll be notified about it. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys next time on a Funko Popcast. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Peace in, peace out.